Well, Mark, I should say, I listen. There are many features for Not Safe for Work Corporation. Of course, the funding model is very interesting, and you make people sort of pay up front a monthly subscription fee for the digital, and of course, you've got a print edition. It's covered in illustrations. I encourage people to go to nsfwcorp.com, and you have a live radio show every night at around 11 or 12 o'clock Eastern time. And one of the things that's not safe for work is that you guys kind of really embrace the C word, the see you next Tuesday word.
Sorry, I'm a little confused. Which word? The C? Which one?
It's a 4-letter word that starts with C. That's used in a derogatory fashion, usually towards women.
In this country, just remind that. See, this is the bizarre thing about it. In this, in case everybody forgot, the English language did not start in this country. We seem to think it did, and we seem to think we should tell actually the English people who have a very different understanding of the meaning of the C word, as I guess we have to call it. So in this country, because we're very good and serious about policing our language and imbuing it with a lot more sort of political significance than it usually really has. But over there, it's a different culture. And they actually invented the language, and they have a very, very different meaning and understanding of the C word. And so if we're here and we're telling people there that they can't use the C word the way that they use it because it means they're bad people, even if they don't think it's so ridiculous. And I think, look, when you have a satirical approach to things, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're always going ha ha ha. I mean, a satirical approach means you just don't accept bullshit. You just don't accept things that people do, and usually it'll mean going after power, going after stupidity, and this is a cultural stupidity. Now, grant you, in our context, in certain contexts, here, it's a nasty word. But for people here to tell a British person how to use that word, or for people to police a joke, this onion joke that went out, which was it was one of the few funny jokes they've said in like 10 years, because it was shocking and wrong, which is what a memorable joke should do. And to have your joke magazine, your online guy sticks his neck out a bit, makes a joke that, granted, is somewhat offensive. It's supposed to be. And then your CEO comes out and issues an apology over a joke. The head of a joke magazine issues a serious apology and rebuke over a joke. Is one of the funniest things I think I've ever heard. I mean, it was the only thing funnier than actually that guy's C tweet was that. And especially from Paul's point of view, for Paul, it's been one of the most ridiculous things he's seen, this country do, at least in the last couple of months. Because for him, when you grow up in British culture where the C word is used basically like bloke, I mean, they actually don't really use it against women there. It would be odd. And so it doesn't ring